Good morning, guys. Welcome to what will hopefully be a very autumnal feeling weekend reading vlog. The toddler's coming in already. Hey, buddy. Okay, so I am in the middle of reading two books right now that I hope to finish today today. And then I want to pick a very autumnal feeling book for this weekend. I'm thinking just like a short read. What I'm going to do after I update you on what I'm actually reading, then I'm going to film my latest book haul, and then I'm going to kind of go through some of those books and some of the books on my cart and pick a book. I don't know what I'm in the mood for specifically, but we'll see. So what I'm currently reading is, my audiobook is Winter. This is the Lunar Chronicles 4th book. I think I have 4 hours, but I listened to it on double time, so 2 hours for me. So originally I thought I could get to this today because I have to bring the little guy to a visit, but we're actually gonna go out and do a family autumnal little outing, so I won't be listening to this during my drive, but I can probably listen to it at some point today. So you're going to finish this, and then I do have another audiobook on deck ready to go, which I'll talk about when I finish this one. And then I'm in about the middle of Heist Society by Ali Carter. Last night when I was reading this, I was contemplating DNFing it because it was feeling really boring. But I don't know, sometimes I feel like you just gotta push through a book. I have no problems DNFing a book, but sometimes you are rewarded when you push through. Sometimes a book is a little dry and ends up being better in the end, and this one is a fairly quick read, so I figured I'm gonna see this one to the end. I hope to finish it this afternoon, early evening, and then pick my autumnal read. So that's where I'm at right now. These two books I'm going to finish this weekend for sure, and then I'm going to read whichever autumnal book I pick yet, and then start another audiobook. I think that's where this weekend is going. We'll see if it actually follows my plan or not. But yeah, first I will film that book haul so I can pick my next autumnal read. Okay, so I just finished filming my book haul, and out of the books that I shared in the book haul, I think the 4 that I bought yesterday are top as far as that goes, for something I might read this weekend. So I've got The Haunting of Hill House, Whose Body, Classic Tales of Detection and Adventure. This one I kind of feel like maybe I should leave since that's more like short stories, and The Yellow Wallpaper. I don't really know much about this other than The Yellow Wallpaper, which I've already read, so maybe actually I shouldn't do those two. Maybe I should do one of these or something off my cart. So I've got, ooh, I'm gonna like totally bust a light. I've got A Monster Calls, which I've been wanting to read for a while. And then I have another Shirley Jackson. I have We've Always Lived in the Castle. This one's a library book, so I don't know if I like read this one this weekend and then save this for maybe like the Hey Reader-a-thon or something. And then I have longer ones, but I don't know how much time I'm actually going to have to read it this weekend. So where do I start? This is hard. I hate that when I buy books and I want to read them, but I have library books, I want to prioritize the library books because they have to go back. Sometimes it makes me just want to never use the library. This is my dilemma. See, and I'm feeling like maybe I should read one of these library books before they have to go back. Maybe I should try to read both of these this weekend. Could I do that? This one has lots of pictures. So there's lots of like full page illustrations throughout. Maybe I start with this one and then go into this one. This one's also pretty small, but the font is smaller, but it's only 100 and I don't know, 50-ish pages or so. So maybe I'll try both of these. I'll go library books this weekend. Save these for, oh, maybe just put these on my cart. I have to film my October TBR really soon too. So then I can maybe put as much of those on the TBR as possible. And this will be my plan for the weekend after I finish Heist Society and yeah, just Heist Society. Then I'll pick up one of these, and then if I get one of them done, I'll pick up the next one. It's currently the plan. Okay, I think I've like changed like 3 or 4 times today. It's just that kind of day where plans keep changing and the weather is like cold in the morning and warm in the afternoon. We ended up not having a visit today. That got cancelled. So we went out this morning and we did my absolute favorite autumn walk. It is down by the river and the trees are gorgeous. We didn't see a ton of birds this year. Last year we saw a lot, but an old couple told me that just like a little ways from there, there was thousands upon thousands of sand cranes, I think is what they said. And we saw a few of them flying and heard them, but they were a little bit too far away to really get on video, I think. But yeah, it's just such a gorgeous walk. I love to do that once in the spring and once in the autumn. And this year, I'd be curious to do it in the winter too. Anyway, so now I actually have an afternoon. My plan is to do some reading, so I'm going to do my best to finish Heist Society, and that should be able to happen, and then hopefully get onto my like autumn reads. Okay, so I just spent like an hour and a half reading and finished Heist Society. I'm thankful this afternoon got to work out as it did because it was good just to sit there and read. And like I had been hoping for, the book did get better. So the idea behind this book is our main character, her name is Kat. She is raised in a family of thieves. I'll write on the back here, it says her parents, for her 7th birthday, Katerina and her uncle Eddie traveled to Austria to steal the crown jewels. And then when she was 15, she planned a con of her own. She got into a boarding school because she just wanted to live a normal life. She wanted to like leave the family thieving business behind. But right at the beginning of the book, her father's in trouble because he's being accused of stealing these paintings from this really bad guy. And she has been tasked with getting the paintings back, or something bad is going to happen to her father, and her father didn't do it, but so she kind of has to like go into the con world to figure out who did, and try to steal paintings back from this person. And it took me a while to get into it. I do like books with con men, con women in them. I think it's interesting to, I don't know like how realistic certain parts is, but I think it's interesting to try to think of ways around things, which is funny because I would never, like, I don't like when people lie in real life or anything, but I find it interesting to read about. And I did find the first half of the book pretty boring, but it picked up, and I don't know, I thought it was interesting. I don't know if I will continue with this series because I think it's either a series or there's like companion novels, because it does say that the next one is Uncommon Criminals in the Heist Society series. So we'll see if I ever actually continue with this. Maybe if I happen to stumble across a copy, but I don't think I would like get this from the library to continue at this point. So now that I'm done that, this evening and my next times that I'm reading, I'm going to start A Monster Calls. And yeah, I don't know what this book is about. The monster showed up after midnight, as they do, but it isn't the monster Connor's been expecting, the one from the nightmare he's been he's had nearly every night since his mother started her treatments. The one with the darkness and the wind and the screaming. This monster is something different, something ancient, something wild, and it wants the truth. I have no idea. So I plan on starting that today. I don't know if I'll actually get it done. Lately I haven't been able to read in the evenings because I'm just too tired. So I've been trying to like read more in the afternoon when possible. So maybe I'll start that now and then see how much I actually get done today, and then hopefully finish that tomorrow and maybe start that Shirley Jackson book. I would also really like to read that one. But I'm not sure how much time I will have for this. So that's kind of like where the reading plans are going from here. Okay, so I am, how far am I? 66 pages into A Monster Calls, and so far it's not at all what I was expecting it to be. It's about a boy, he's maybe like middle school, I don't know if we know an age, and his mom has cancer. And he has nightmares, and one of them is that this yew tree is alive. And that is what the pictures are. The tree is alive. And yeah, I don't really know where this is going from here, but this isn't what I was expecting. And I actually have somewhere between an acquaintance and a friend who is going through cancer right now, and her kids are about my kids' age, so this is hitting a little close to home. Yeah, so it's a lot heavier than I was expecting. But so far it's very well written. This boy is, I don't know, he has a wonderful character. He's very helpful. He's obviously struggling, and school is difficult, and he's being picked on and different things going on. But yeah, this is a little bit intense for my life right now, I feel like. But I do want to still finish reading it, continue it, finish it. So 66 pages brings me there. I have my llama bookmark, which I feel like does not suit the vibes of this book, but maybe is exactly what this book needs right now. Now I see, if I would read like the blurbs on the back here, the Wall Street Journal said, wrenching tale of loss and grief, beautiful and achingly sad. I didn't sign up for this. Oh well. The pictures fit the season, the book itself maybe not so much, but I will finish this, and then hopefully at some point tomorrow I will have time to read that Shirley Jackson book. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing any more reading tonight because it's, what time is it now? Like 20 after 9, and at this point I can't read without falling asleep, so I think I'm going to work on editing a video, go for a walk, do that kind of stuff, and then head to bed and maybe try to finish this at some point tomorrow. That's kind of what my current plan is. Okay, so this is maybe not, once again, not the best weekend reading vlog. I think I might drag this into Monday because I haven't really had any time to read today. I did drive the little guy to a visit, so I did some listening to Winter, the audiobook on my drive, and now I have like, oh, less than 100 pages left in the physical copy, so I might just read the rest of this because that goes a lot faster, especially at the end, or I will do something around the house so I can just listen for a little bit. I think it's still like over an hour of audiobook time, but if I was actually reading this, it would probably take me less than an hour. I think it's like an hour and a half on audio. That's sped up to double time. And then I haven't read any more of A Monster Calls. So yeah, and that doesn't even include the book that I haven't even started yet. I feel like I want to get a little bit more reading done on this reading vlog, so we'll see where my day goes today. I would definitely still like to finish these two, and I think I'll continue this on to Monday, tomorrow, so I can get a little bit of that Shirley Jackson book started, finished. I don't know how far. We'll see. I don't know what tomorrow holds as far as visits go. I need to talk to our social worker so I can figure out my day tomorrow. But these for sure I want to finish today, so I better start reading. Okay, so I ended up just doing some work on the computer and finished Winter. This book is pretty much, well, I mean, it's the last book in the Lunar Chronicles, which is a YA sci-fi. I was gonna say like Wi-Fi, just combine those and you get Wi-Fi. Yeah, so I feel like half of this book is just battle, and it's dragged out longer than it needs to be. I like the character Winter, but at this point in the series we kind of keep going back and getting a look into some of the other characters going on, and I like Cinder, but some of the other ones I'm not as keen on, and I feel like we're in those characters quite often. Like overall I still really enjoyed the series, but by far Cinder is my favorite. And actually I don't remember how long it's been since I read this the first time, probably about 5 years or so, and it ends actually differently than I remembered. There was something that I made up in my mind, I guess, that happened at the end that doesn't actually happen. I have never read, there's 2 short stories. I don't know what they're considered. There's Stars Above and Fairest, and I think maybe one of them follows Queen Lavanna, and one of them, I don't really know. I don't know if I want to read them because I don't know if it's going to make me sympathize with the bad guy, and I don't want to sympathize with the bad guy. But I don't know how I made up like this one part of the book because it doesn't happen. And then I've read like 15 more pages into A Monster Calls. So this kid, not only does he have his mom battling cancer and having these nightmares of this tree, but then he's also getting bullied by kids at school, and yeah, this is a very depressing read. I wouldn't have started it if I would have known how depressing this was going to be. So yeah, I've got a little bit more than half to go yet. I'm gonna maybe read a little bit more of this yet tonight, so that tomorrow I can hopefully read the Shirley Jackson book. And then I did, because I finished my audiobook, I can start my next one whenever I have time for an audiobook. And the next one I'm listening to is the next book in the Ascendance series. I'm supposed to be listening or reading book 2 this month. It's Runaway King. The False Prince is the first one. The Runaway King is the second one. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'll start that tonight or tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to continue this into tomorrow, so not sure how far this will go, how much reading I'll get done. But at least I got this chunker done. This one was like just over 800 pages, so that feels good to get that done. And yeah, kind of want to like do some art journaling or something this evening. I might do something like that, something different. Take a break from reading a bit. I guess if I art journal, I could listen to the Runaway King. Yeah, I don't know why I keep forgetting that name. So maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, reporting in here. I finished Monster Calls, just barely. This book made me so emotional. Yeah, and I figured as soon as I started that it would, and it did. It was not what I was wanting to read this weekend, but it's very well written. Yeah, I don't really know much more to say because I don't want to start tearing up right now. And then this morning when I was doing some household chores, I started The Runaway King. So this is book 2 in the Ascendance series. In book 1, we follow a guy named Sage who gets like really purchased, like adopted, but really purchased by this guy because he's got a couple different boys that he's trying to raise and train to take the place of a prince that has disappeared, hence the false prince. Yeah, so this is book 2, and I had actually started the audiobook for book 2 a while ago and got pretty much just as far as I am now, and then just kind of felt like meh. But I've heard such good things about this series, especially from my daughter, so she's constantly on my case to be reading it. So I am definitely going to finish this. It shouldn't take me very long. Change of plans, my day again. Today's visit was cancelled. Tomorrow's visit is cancelled, so I won't be doing as much driving. So I'm not sure how much reading I'm going to be doing of this, but we'll see. And now my next plan of action is to read We Have Always Lived in the Castle. Yeah, I would like to start this afternoon, and I would like to finish it this evening. Not sure if that's going to happen, but at least I want to share some of my first thoughts with it. So that is my next order of business as far as reading goes. Okay, so I did start We Have Always Lived in the Castle yesterday. I read the first chapter so far. It has all the classic gothic tale vibes going on so far. I mean, I don't really know what's going on right now. We're following a girl named, what was her name? Mary Catherine, maybe? Yeah, Mary Catherine. And her family has one of the rich houses in town, and they're very frowned upon for some reason. I don't really know yet. They're outcasts, and I don't know anything else yet. So obviously not very far, but I have a feeling this is going to be a really good like enter into October book. I do have to finish a little bit for my September TBR, so I'm going to put this off for the next couple of days while I finish off my September TBR and then pick that up as soon as October is here. And then I just want to recap what I read during this reading vlog. So I finished Heist Society, and actually I quickly ducked into a thrift store yesterday and I totally saw the second book. What was it called? Uncommon Criminals, and it was only 50 cents. I almost bought it, but this wasn't really good enough for me to like buy the next book, but I was really close. The first half of this was quite slow, but then it picked up. It was interesting to follow a bunch of teenagers that are like con artists and thieves. I would have really liked this as a teenager because I really enjoyed books about con artists and stuff. So it's too bad that I didn't get to read this then. When was this printed? Because, yeah, 2010. So this was after my time that I would have enjoyed it anyway, but it's kind of cool to read. And then I finished Winter. This book was much too long, but I enjoyed the series overall. So there are like 2 shorter stories. I don't know how short. I've never read Stars Above and Fairest. It's kind of separate from the actual Lunar Chronicles, but I think maybe we follow like the evil queen from the book in one of them at least. I don't really know. I might pick those up yet. It's not like super high priority, but I'm kind of curious. So yeah, but other than that, that finishes like the actual 4-book series for me. So instead of doing this in what I was supposed to do this in 4 months, I did it in 2. But I enjoyed it overall. And I started The Runaway King on audio still. Haven't read any more, so I'm still just 4 chapters in, starting chapter 5 now. See where that one goes. It hasn't really gripped my attention yet, but I've heard such good things that I'm willing to stick it out. And then A Monster Calls. This one had me feeling all the feels yesterday. Definitely not what I was going to this weekend expecting to read or feel. Like it wasn't the right mood. But it was good. It was maybe a little long. So this with illustrations is about 200 pages. I feel like this might have been a better short story, like 30 pages. There were some times where it felt like it was kind of dragging a bit, but overall, my reading weekend, I would say, was a success. It wasn't really a weekend. We're now on to Tuesday, but reading weekend plus a bit. That's what my weekend looked like reading-wise. Thanks again for coming along for this vlog, guys, and I'm hoping to make this an almost weekly thing for the next foreseeable future, so if you like the vlogs, there will be more. Thanks for being here.